What a beautiful morning in the Pacific Ocean. The boys are still asleep. We are motoring. We do have a sail up, but it's not really doing much. We've got about 4 knots of wind. But what a beautiful day. Good morning from Fat Susan on day 15 of our Pacific crossing. Thought I'd give you a quick look around the boat. This is Evan's normal position. Evan hasn't really moved for the last 15 days. How many films have you watched?
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
No.
A lot. I have to say, today is flat calm outside. We are doing 8 to 9 knots, but it feels like we're doing about 4. The current is quite amazing. I'll show you Sam in a minute. Sam's doing some hand steering. Des has gone to bed for a bit of a sleep. So there he is, the thing of beauty. Actually got some clothes on. I haven't been able to film him for the last 15 days because he hasn't bothered to put anything on other than pants. What are you watching?
Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 2.
I generally have clothes on.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I had my those what are they called? Thermals on for ages.
That's true. He was wearing pyjamas for quite
I
some
was
time.
wearing pyjamas, my shorts.
Pyjamas and shorts. Right. So, shush, Evan. Get on with your film.
Got my shiny
Right.
bullet
So
in the
this is
outside.
how much of a mess. Oh God, our boat is. Today is the first day we've actually been able to virtually stand up on the boat. This is Sam's bunk, which is now condemned currently. In there, you can see that's the water that is running through the headlining. Several buckets, keeping it all at bay. It smells a little bit mouldy in here, not good. So the boys are now sleeping over here. Excuse me, wobble cam. On the passage bunks. Evan, tidy little bugger that he is.
These fell on me and I couldn't put them back. So they're there. Ketchup, I haven't been bothered to put that back, and this bowl has only been out for a little while. These are my hard gloves, my blanket. Somebody put that there.
It's Evan's fault. Right. Pumpkin Mountain. That's just half a pumpkin. Not quite sure what I was thinking. And up here we have the boy.
Hello.
Heyo. Who is currently hand steering so that Daddy and I can maybe watch a film today for our 19th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Without having to hand steer all night. Because as you can see, there is no sun. And what happens when there's no sun, Sam?
You don't make any electricity.
We have no electricity.
Which means you
Why
use
can't we
your
turn the
phone.
engine on?
I don't want to turn the engine on because it'll break again.
Had a few problems with the engine.
I'll have to spend another day fixing it.
Yes.
6 times in 12 days.
That's true. But the sun, the sea is beautiful, flat calm. We are doing. You can see that. There you go. Quite a lot of knots. Not as much as we were. How much wind have we got?
It's 8 knots.
8 knots. All right. So the wind has dropped right down to 8 knots. But we are still doing 7.5 knots to 8 knots through the water. It's quite beautiful, but a little bit, well, considering the speed we're going, it feels like we're doing about 3 knots. All the sails are up, but a bit flappy because we don't really have enough wind. I'm not complaining because we can stand up and we're still doing 8 knots through the water, over ground, that is, not through the water. Cool. How's it going, Evan?
Good. Hand steering.
You look like you're pretending. You're just driving the car like James Bond does on
It's
the
just
other
like... Just like that.
steaming along there.
Day 14.
Who
Day
knows?
15.
So, boys, we're on day 18
Day 18, yes.
of our Pacific
Pacific voyage, yes.
voyage. Tell me your thoughts so far.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be, honestly. I thought there'd be bigger waves, bigger wind. It would be much worse.
the first few days were much worse than I expected.
Yeah.
But then after that, it's just become this, which is lovely as soon as you get past Galapagos. So this is fine. Yeah, everything's been fine. We've baked scones. We've done not much. Spent a lot of time watching films,
Cool.
television.
So the decision that we made to come here instead of staying in Panama,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was a good idea.
do you think it was a good decision, or should we have stayed in Panama and waited till next year?
No, I don't think so. Only problem is we don't have much time to get through all of the islands.
No, we don't.
It's a shame. We'll sort of be rushing to New Zealand.
But I think this is still a better idea than just sitting in Shelter Bay for months. Because it's lovely, but there's nothing to do. And the whole point of coming was you see things, and if you're just stuck in one place, then you're not seeing things.
So you're pleased we made the decision we did?
Yeah.
Heaven?
Yes, I think it was a good idea. Because staying in Panama, especially now when it's middle of the rainy season.
Yeah, and we'd be hit by lightning again.
It's not fun.
Good.
Yeah.
So generally happy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Good morning from the Sunrise Watch. It's day 19 here in the Pacific Ocean. And the wind has completely died. So for the last many days we've had pretty consistent wind between 10 and 15 knots. It's been, and pretty big choppy seas. And today you can hear the sail in the background. Where is it? Anyway, we pulled out the Genoa and it's just whipping. It's been fine all night, but the wind's gone down to, we have less than 5 knots of apparent wind, and this is it really. There's not much going on. It's just going to be flapping and keeping the rest of the crew awake, but there you go, I gave myself a cup of tea. So yeah, day 19, feels like day 119. I think we've probably got another 14 or 15 days left, but we'll see. We're about 111 degrees west, 2 degrees north at the moment, and we'll be heading more south directly towards Nuku Hiva in the Galapagos Islands at around about 120 degrees west, so it's all good. See how we go. Another day. Oh, I meant to say, Sam was hit by a squid again last night. So he's sitting here at the wheel. And for, I think, 2 nights in a row, he's been hit by a flying squid. So he woke me up at 10:30, saying, Mum, can you come and get the squid out of the cockpit, please? I'm not touching it. He's been putting water on it to keep it alive. And then just looking at it in a kind of, I'm not touching it. No. So I had to get out of bed and remove the floppy squid from the cockpit and put it back in the sea before it died. So Sam's a bit of a squid magnet. They seem to like him. I'm just waiting for one to hit him in the head or the face, because that's just going to be hysterical. Anyway, there you go. So Des is out of bed, and we still have no wind. So this is our forecast. Red splodge, cursor, is where we are. Blue splodge is where we're going, and the little bit moving bits and the arrows indicate the current. So we were in this current over here, which was beautiful, and now we've come into this little bald patch in the middle, and then hopefully by 114 degrees west we'll bump into this here, which should push us again. When it comes to the weather, this is the latest weather report. We are actually on this little white cross here, in which case we should have about 12 knots of wind, and we're also going along this line which should mean we've got loads of wind. So that's not strictly true. We don't want to use the engine because it's flooded and died again yesterday. So it looks like a day of wallowing and water making.
Making water.
Morning, Evan. So while we have no wind, we're making the most of the time because it's water maker day. We need to make some water. It's been a week and we have to use it every week. This is our Rain Man water maker. Washerwoman Des, hello, is washing the smalls, which is nice. Water is going into the tank over there. And that's our generator over there, and the other part of the water maker system. So there's a pipe that goes off the back of the boat, which is pulling in seawater, filtering the seawater, and then putting it in through a high pressure hose to this bit here, which is, I guess, the desalinatory bit.
Reverse osmosis unit, darling.
Sorry, darling. The reverse osmosis unit, which then pumps out brine via the green line and brine, fresh water, boom. So that's nice. It means we can do some washing. It means we don't have to be quite as careful with our water. I think we might struggle otherwise. Very tight across the Atlantic. And that's it. And I am off to bed because I'm knackered. Good night.
Morning.
So a slow day then, boys.
Very slow day.
A slow day.
We've done a grand total of 20 miles.
20 miles.
This morning, Sam.
Since 9 o'clock this morning. It's what time is it now?
6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, probably.
It is. Come on. 7:30 apparently.
7:30.
It gets light quite late here.
It does, yeah.
It gets dark quite late here, even. I don't know what time it gets light. I'm
So we've
asleep
done-
till like 10.
A couple of days ago, we'd have done 20 miles in
20 miles.
in two
2 hours.
in 2 hours.
Now we've done 20 miles in 10 and a half hours.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been worse. We did minus
But
11
we're not
one
sailing,
day.
are we?
No, we're
No,
just
this is
going, just
useless.
floating.
Yeah,
Completely
we've got a
useless.
tiny bit of pulled out genoa. We can't put any more out because it just flogs, I should say. Flaps or flogs.
It makes noises and it's really annoying.
It's really annoying. And we're not sailing, so we're not actually moving through the water. Really. We are, but only with the current, really.
Yeah.
So the current is pushing us along.
What we should time is someone should jump off the front and see how long it takes them to get back.
I nominate you for this.
Yes, I
Nobody's
should.
jumping off the boat,
Why not?
because I said so.
It'll be fun.
You're no fun.
I know, darling. That's why we're sailing across the Pacific.
Safety lines. Yes. I don't know why you made us do this.
It'd be worth it when we get there.
Oh yeah, we both.
Worth it for New Zealand.
Hopefully,
I hope.
if they let us in.
I hope so. Good. Anyway, beautiful sunset.
Yes, tiny boy.
What are you doing today, Evan?
I'm annoyed.
Why are you annoyed?
Gummy worms.
Pardon?
All the gummy worms are gone.
All the gummy worms have gone.
They eat too fast. It's not fair.
Evan's upset because we've eaten some gummy worms.
I've eaten all the gummy worms as usual. This is why I can't open.
He opened a packet of gummy worms, and what happened?
Open a packet of anything nice because they're all
And we
gone.
shared them all, and he's not happy about that. He wanted them all to himself.
No. Everyone got about twice as many as I did. There was more than half a packet when I gave it to you up there, and there was 2 when I got it back.
Oh, baby.
And then Sam insisted on having at least one of them. Didn't you, Sam?
You what?
See?
What?
And nobody listens to me.
Oh, baby. Never mind, eh?
1 second north. Oh, 0 seconds north. Bang on 2 degrees. Exactly where Met Bob wants us to be. Oh no, we've gone too far south.
Excellent.
Let's
So
have
what are the groups showing? Briefly, very briefly.
Briefly, allegedly, here we should have some lovely wind coming up from the southeast, blowing us round, so it should be nice, slightly after the beam, and we should just be able to go straight along the 2 degree line in roughly 15 knots of wind.
Okay.
That's what everyone says we should have.
Not going to be that though, is it?
No, because as you know, we've now got 10 knots
it
of wind.
lies.
It lies. They just make this nonsense up. I don't know why we bother. But you see, everybody seems to think that that's exactly what we're going to get. So I'm going to download the latest weather forecast, because this one's 15 hours old, and we'll see what guesstimates they're going to make for the next 12 hours worth of weather, and then we can decide when we jump south.
Because it's nearly time to head south
Yes, indeed. We're at
directly to Nuku Hiva.
Nuku Hiva. We're at 115 degrees, 115 and a half degrees really, and Bob reckons we should be turning at 117, so it's at 90 miles. If we carry on this course 90 miles, then we should point southwest direction at Nuku Hiva. That should allow us to pick up the southerly and southwesterly currents. We'll go shum shum shum, and it'll be amazing. And in a matter of weeks, we'll be in Nuku Hiva. Weeks. It's such a long way.
3 weeks now into our Pacific crossing. We're just about settling into a routine and we're about to cross the equator. Look out for the next video.